He missed one. He didn't draw Shudderwalks. I'm gonna clear and fatigue him. He hit both Grumble and Zola before any of the chain gangs. I'm gonna MC
really?
Tech and Argus, right?
I think the Shaw does as well. I think just having more shit is going to be important.
Yeah.
And the 3-2 is pretty good. Like, there's no inherent problem with the 3-2.
I think this
All right,
in the middle for MC Tech, right?
something like that. Oh, let's go!
Oh, hey!
All right, let's terrorist Gelstalker that shit.
Yeah, that seems
We're
good.
just not gonna have. Wait, is that even good? We don't have that much board space.
I do. This goes to.
We can trade away a bunch of the charges. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, it spawns corpse widows.
Oh man, can I get this Jaime out?
Is there any? There's no. Yeah, you can, right? Because you're gonna spawn another
So
corpse
you can
widow.
trade the Stalker and then yeah.
And then trade the Cuban and the 4/4 probably. I'm sure.
I like your stream.
Oh, we
That
need
is
board
why
space.
I am
Okay,
giving
that's
you this
fine.
free sub less than 3 no homo.
This is
Alright,
ridiculous.
let's weave that in. Alright, a good turn.
Why'd he quit? Why'd he quit?
Dude, Shaw
That
is
MC Tech
so
I just put in
dumb
last
sometimes.
second. Nivek, thanks for the 7 months of He just won 2 games in a row, by the way. That
The
MC Tech.
forest fights back.
If I find the Voodoo Doctor, this is the Uber Nut turn 1, right? I want that Blood Bloom back.
Pretty good.
Oh, the Uber Nutter!
Is someone injured?
You might be trying to complete quests or something. So I'm just gonna concede. I did it! We'll see. I don't have board space for MC Tech to summon the guy. He did force the non-X Freddy Plague in hand. That's gonna be rough for him.
This will be good.
That's gotta be it. This is 48. 43.
Really?
Actually 50 damage.
He runs his own interest.
Tortola, preserve us!
You do weird things when you don't sleep.
Your magic shall not
The other day, last night, I was watching a series on Netflix, like 3 in the morning, so I couldn't sleep. It's like something definition of evil, whatever. And it's this show about like evil serial killers, whatever. And it shows serial killers, and they're like, "This is the most notorious killer ever," whatever. And it's like, yeah, it's like super notorious. They killed like 10 people or whatever. And then it was like, all right, well, they call all these guys notorious. What is the real most notorious? And I googled it on like Wikipedia or whatever, and I don't want to go to Brazil anymore because
What was
there's like 25 of them on the like top most confirmed, you know, that are from Brazil and Latin American kind of area. And that's not the scary part. The scary part is they just let these guys go. They have like these rules in like Colombia where it's like, max sentence is 30 years. So there's a guy that just killed 300 or so people, and then they're like, oh yeah, well we only confirmed 284 of them. And then they let him go! They let him go! Like, he's out now! Like,
They let him go.
I don't know what they're doing, man. I read that and I was like, I need to go to bed. There's no way.
Oh, my bad. This is a 5-5, mine's only a 4-4.
Hello, hello, Regis Gilman is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and it's time to learn more about the world of deck recipes in Hearthstone. In other words, still playing through all the deck recipes currently in the game to get a feel, get some sort of idea for how good Whizbang the Wonderful might be in the Boomsday Project. Are deck recipe decks competitively viable? Do they work? Do they make sense? I don't really know, but we're gonna find out by playing them all. So I still have 6 deck recipe decks to go. Warlock, Mage, and Priest are coming up in this video, so join me in part 2 here of my Whizbang the Wonderful simulator. You basically just get a random deck every time that's moderately okay, not a good deck. And does that mean you can be competitive or not? I don't know, we're testing to see how good Blizzard is at building decks, because frankly I've never really played the deck recipes before. I don't know how good they are. We've made it through the first 6 classes. I have 3 classes remaining and a little bit of time today. So we're going to continue simulating the world of Whizbang the Wonderful to see, can Blizzard actually make decks that compete or not? Will this data extrapolate to the Boomsday perfectly? No, but I think it'll give us a pretty good sense of where these decks stand on the average power level scale. Are they way below, or are they somewhat competitive? That said, first deck recipe for Warlock is apparently the Dark Pact. Good name. We're going to call it the Whizbang number 13, although I think we need to hit this first or Wiz messes up. Whizbang number 13, and let's see, it's, okay, Gul'dan, Voidlord, it's like a control Warlock. Oh, it's just like Q-Block. It's pretty much a straight-up Q-Block deck, with Dark Possession, though. That's kind of cool. Okay. I mean, this can work. This looks like a slight Q-Block variant. This 100% will work. I don't know if we'll win the one game we play with it, but by God, it's going to be okay. All right, Whizbang number 13. I didn't realize that was a deck recipe. If you get that one, you're going to be pretty happy. Hey, Chris 511C. Sorry, Chris. I don't mean to hold you hostage, man. Just watch if you don't feel like playing. I think it can still be fun to just watch Hearthstone, even if you're not playing, right? There's still some joy to be had there. So maybe just hang out and watch. Chances are you'll repeat one deck multiple times and get all 18 random, so for simulator you must play a certain deck 2 times, aka 2 times for each shaman. Well, it is true, of course, that we're not really simulating randomness, but we kind of are, right, in the scheme of things, because over a large enough distribution, you know, over a million players.
Are you going to do a speculative custom card video with the legendaries from the new Comet, Myra Rotspring, Zarek the Cloner, Boommaster Flirt, maybe Dead Ringer?
Donzel, let me finish my thought and I'll get to that. So what was I talking about? Over a large enough distribution of games, right, which eventually Whizbang would have, you know, there's gonna be a million games of Whizbang or whatever. It's gonna be basically, you know, every deck will get played exactly the same amount. Average out, because it's random. So we're sort of simulating that, right, more than what an individual player's outlook might look like. Basically, we're just seeing, like, is this deck competitive? So far, we are 3-9. Now, that doesn't really say as much as just our sense. I think 3 or 4 of the games that we lost, we were competitive in and had a chance to win. So I would say so far, roughly half of the deck recipe decks have felt good. Maybe not great, but good. And this one particularly seems strong. So, right now, my thought is, with Whizbang, you can compete if you're not necessarily going to excel, which is about what I'd expect, and I think, by the way, fine. That's a completely fine outcome. You don't need Whizbang to be super competitive for it to be a good card. Well, alright, we're just gonna burn a coin, I guess, because I don't really want to, though. I'm actually gonna burn a Mortal Coil, because this Skull of the Minari right now is fantastic with a coin next turn. We have a lot of good demons already. So, and we have Lackey in the Dark Pact and Gul'dan in it. This looks like perhaps just a Spiteful Druid, which is scary, but if we get these Voidlords and stuff unlocked, we shouldn't have too much trouble making it work. So, Donzel, thank you for the 100 bits, and I'm not going to do a speculative video. If the comic had come out like 3 days ago, I would. The problem is, new cards are going to be getting revealed tomorrow, so by the time I got the video out, like, the real cards themselves would already be hitting. And I don't want to get in a spot where I'm like barely outpacing the new cards actually getting revealed, right? Not to mention I just have a lot of stuff to get done right now as far as the expansion is concerned. Like, I gotta make my own card reveal video and all this kinds of stuff that I've never had to think about before. So, there's still a lot getting figured out there for me on that side of it. Man, this is kind of tough. Like, we don't really have a lot of things that I like. We're close to dead. I need to get a deck tracker up. I'll do that here in a second. I'm actually gonna keep this chip down because of Lord Godfrey. Eventually I might want some of these lower health guys up there, or just a file too, I don't know. Like if he trades here, it goes down to 5 or 4 or some random amount. Anyway, let's get that deck tracker rolling. I'm so behind on chat right now. Look at that board, my god! What on earth? I'm gonna get a Void Lord, but do I have some sort of good defile? It's always a question. So we can put this at 2, 1, 2, 3. Nothing is at 4 right now. But I don't really care. I can just clear everything except the target. And then my Doom Guard will also survive. That's sort of perfect.
You win. I can rest now.
1, 2, 3. This lives and these live, which is exactly what I want. I hope there wasn't some kind of better way to do this, maybe, but... oh, I can even Mortal Coil this, too. I might even Dark Pact my Doom Guard. Well, no. He doesn't have any direct damage as a Spiteful deck. So... there's no, like, double swipe risk here, I don't think. Because this does look like a Spiteful deck. It could theoretically still be something else other than a Spiteful deck, but I'm fairly confident it's just a Spiteful deck, so let's just hang tight. So anyway, Donzelditis, I thought the comic was awesome. I love seeing sneak peeks. I'm a conspiracy theorist and theory crafter at heart. Like, that's super exciting. But just from a time standpoint, I'm not going to have room. So Roxy says he gave me Photoshop ideas. I gotta catch up. I've been talking too much. I am a god of Hearthstone. No context required. You're right.
The game or something.
It needs context there. I guess we'll just Lackey Pact. Packy Lacked, I said. That's fine. We'll probably just trade into this. We could do like a Hellfire play that's not bad, right? We could trade Hellfire. This is still alive. The problem is that puts me down to 5, and I have 3 mana left. Is that something I want to do? What about Lord Godfrey? Is that ever relevant? Not really. The Hellfire's looking pretty good, and he just does not have direct damage. He could silence this. I'm actually just gonna Hellfire, I think, guys. I might even take the trade here to Hellfire to keep this alive, and that way I just get all the 1/3s in the pool. As opposed to using this, because that's a little bit susceptible to silence, and I can then tap, and I can just Dark Pact one of these for... I should have Dark Pacted that. No, at 2 health, that's good. If it was at 1 health, I should have Dark Pacted it, but at 2 health, that's fine. Just to stay out of any sort of emergency. I lose the Possessed Lackey activation, but I'm not going to have time for 2 of those before I play Gul'dan anyway, I don't think. Might do 1. Oh, no. Oh, Voodoo Doll's good, though. We're all good. We can Voodoo Doll Dark Pact, so... we can answer the second Spiteful. That's nice. Otherwise, we'd be screwed. The face you make when opening golden legendary should be on your pack. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do make a good face, probably. Pretty funny face. Hey, Tolerant Cactus. Hey, M405. Guys, I'm gonna have to skip some chat and just say hello. Hey, Sinelian. Hey, Life Spice. What happens with a golden Whizbang? I would assume you get a full golden deck, but I don't know that for certain. I don't know that for sure. I don't know if anybody does. Can we do anything cool with just Godfrey here? Like, we can take that to 6, right? And then we have 2, 4, 6. Yeah, let's just take that to 6. We can just do Godfrey. I think that's fine. Again, I don't think we can take any direct damage here that's relevant. He might, like, Ultimate Infestation our face. But, I can handle that. The only thing is Lord Godfrey does get kind of good later, but... that's okay. Doll might be good later.
Claims me. This'll be good.
We're one away from Gul'dan, so we can Packy or Lackey Pact. I keep saying that backwards, man. 7 damage. Oh, Leroy Hero Power. Oh no, I forgot about Leroy Hero Power. Oh, thank God. He can definitely do 7. Leroy Hero Power is very possible. Very possible. Whoa, that's surprising to me. Leroy Hero Power, guys. Totally forgot that was a possibility. 100% forgot that could happen. 100%. Totally.
I checked the stream countdown and it said you weren't going to be on until tomorrow. This is a pleasant surprise. Hog champ.
Yeah, getting a bit of surprise bonus stream, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I got a little time this afternoon, so I hopped on. I'm glad to hear you're excited about it. Sorry I couldn't provide more notice, but that's just how it works sometimes. Alright, so, I mean, we can, like, trade here and then spellstone this. This thing's still alive. I go to 10. You could theoretically do 10. But I could Dark Pact this if I feel like I'm getting desperate. I don't know.
It claims.
I just want to be careful because... Oh, I can just do this. This is fine. I lose this hardcore removal, but I get out of range and I set up for my Gul'dan next turn. So that's really the thing that matters most. And I didn't ever use these lackeys. I feel like we could have had a more optimal way to do that at some point, but that's okay. The Dark Pact is cube block without cubes. Yeah, this doesn't have cubes, I realized after I said that originally. It's going good. Blue Zombie Blood. Hey, Motor Nation Gaming. Hey, Farfetch'd. Hey, Frequency. That's a good name. Frequency. Hey, Gandonzel.
Your magic shall not.
Hey, MCFC. Hey, Faerun. Hey, Mullet. Hey, DK Pepper. Hey, D-Day. Hey, Monkey Bomb. Do you think Dr. Boom will come back? Yeah, I think he's guaranteed to come back. Yeah, absolutely coming back. 100%. Alright, so I guess we just straight up play the board here because... Actually, no, we're going to just end the game. I take it back. We're going to go for it. Because these things just don't contest that well, and unless he hits exactly Ultimate Infestation, his outs are minimal. Oh my god. Wow. Well, that was about as hard of a swing as I think he could have had. So, that sucks. That's not what I wanted. Hopefully that hits here. Man. That's no fun at all. That's also bad. Jeez, dude. Jeez.
Truth is found in death.
9, 12. I think going face now is a little bit too risky. Alright, that's pretty good. I could have killed this. I know there's some downside, but I think we should have enough to win next turn. Well, maybe not actually. 10, 13. I take that back. We actually won't. Oh my god, ping spam. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so out of it. I've got to get this goal. I'm the worst. I'm like 8 minutes behind chat, I think. I think I might literally be 5 minutes behind chat. I gotta catch up. Hey, CD. Hey, Lightbringer. Hey, Zerson. Hey, Wanaliso again. Thanks for the sub. Hey, Gian Loa. Hey, Arthenon. Hey, Courage. Hey, Petar.
Streamer.
Doesn't fucking matter anyways. I don't want to fucking hear what he has to say anymore. I don't fucking care.
Forest fights back.
Hey guys, so I finally touched a nerve on Wedge, and it took a long time. Wedge has been denying that I make magic videos, And of course, that made me want to really, really go after him a tiny bit. And now I figured something quite interesting out after talking to one of my subscribers about the medical bills. So Wedge, being the educated, hardworking, ethical individual, called me a moron. He says, "Holy crap, you're a moron. My family started the GoFundMe while I was in surgery. I didn't even know about it until days later when he promoted. It is still on the front of his Twitter. He has promoted it into oblivion and beyond. So if his family started a GoFundMe and the amount was wrong, wouldn't it be your responsibility to change that amount? So the amount they are estimating is over $200,000. But how would they know this, right? How would they notice? Things are not billed that fast. And as Wedge would later correct me, he has surgery on the, I believe, 16th, and then the GoFundMe goes up in less than 4 hours, less than 12 hours. That's a really fast GoFundMe, right? It's almost as if people were expecting this to happen. I mean, that was a very long paragraph, right? Like, have you guys read that paragraph? I mean, it went from surgery to a very lengthy paragraph to receiving $80,000 in donations in a blink of an eye. So back onto Wedge's personality, it's really easy to get under his skin. And, you know, I think he made a mistake by having that initial tweet where he says, "Oh, I didn't know MTG Line still made videos." You do now, Wedge. You do now. So, I'm sure you're watching this video. So here, I looked at his timeline and took screenshots. I assume Wedge goes to surgery on June 15th because of his tweets, but I was wrong. It's even worse. He was admitted the 15th, and surgery was the 16th. I mean, this is an even worse story because that means the GoFundMe is up in less than 24 hours. It's up the same day, if not within 12 hours. Like, interesting, right? Intriguing. So how do they come up with the estimate of over $200,000 in medical expenses the same day surgery is going on? Does the doctor tell them before, "Hey, well, you know, Wedge really needs this, and let me tell you, before we give him life-saving surgery, it's $200,000. I don't know what ER or hospital has this type of discussion during surgery, but it's possible, I guess. You never know. Wrong. Didn't have insurance. Like, again, he's really proud. He's proud he didn't have insurance. I mean, this is the Twilight Zone, right? I mean, this is something else. Haven't gotten all the bills yet, which I said was correct, but why would you care about being accurate? There has been no receipts. Wedge comes up with a $200,000 a day after surgery, which actually is not true. It's during surgery he comes up with that the same day. There's no way this number is accurate unless ER send the bill after surgery same day. So again, I get my timeline a little crossed because I'm basing this on Wedge's tweets. He was admitted on the 15th. His surgery was the 16th. Okay, it's a day difference. And actually makes you look slightly worse because the GoFundMe goes on the same day you got surgery, which the same day you assumed that it would be $200,000, which then you said you didn't make the GoFundMe, but you are heavily promoting it. Wrong. I don't throw out a number. I didn't throw out a number. I didn't make the GoFundMe. I was in surgery while it was made. That's correct. But why would you care about being accurate? So let me say this. What if a relative of mine makes a GoFundMe and it's not accurate and I'm getting donations and later on I find out it's a different number? Would it be my job to update the GoFundMe or tell the person who made it that, hey, you know, number's different? Now you might be like, oh, well, you know, give him some time. He's recovering. He's fully recovered. He's got lots of bite, lots of fight on Twitter left. You know, not enough to make a video, but definitely enough to fight like cats and dogs on Twitter, right? So I'm sure that given how active he is on Twitter right now, that he could, if he wanted to, change the GoFundMe description
Like all of his
to
stuff
something a little more accurate.
as far as the board.
All right. Oh wow, you straight up obsessed with me. Now that is blank blank blank. So creepy. Bye. A true scholar of the English language, almost as good as Twitter.
Look at really what he trades with.
Wrong. I mean, this guy thinks he's all that, right? He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. It is going. You know, I actually hope that Magic doesn't do well and Magic is in a decline, and I will be point blank because I want to see what happens to him. If he doesn't have this Magic community to bail him out, give him donations, it will be I'll still make videos about him and track him and see how he's doing, because it's really easy to do that because he tweets all the time about personal stuff like his diet, how many calories he's taking. He's taking about 6,000 calories now. That's his goal. He takes 6,000 calories because spinal surgery takes lots of nutrition. And I mean, it gets really into the weeds in terms of what he shares. The only reason we know that doctor told him not to go was he posted previously a doctor told him not to go. So typically, you know, many people wouldn't post like medical, like, because it could come back to bite them, which it did in this case. Wrong. Don't have insurance. Wrong. I was admitted on the 15th, surgery the 16th. I mean, I love it because the arguments are so... He makes the argument that I want to make by providing me the statement. So this would be kind of almost like a confession-like type of deal, where he, at this point, if he's lying about insurance, it's fraud. So we have to assume he actually didn't have insurance here, otherwise he wouldn't be on Twitter putting information. So evidence can be collected on social media and be used in court. So we have to take on face value he actually did not have insurance, saw a doctor, doctor knew that he didn't have insurance because, you know, the doctor's not being paid by insurance, but being paid directly by Wedge, and told him not to go. He went to not one, but 2 different events, Star City Con, and then GP Vegas, and documented the whole thing. That is incredibly foolish should, you know, something arise in court, because that court is going to use all these screenshots that he has put in, and we'll see what happens, because it will be truly fascinating. It's going to be fascinating what happens. I've never posted drama on the channel, and I never will, because we don't post videos on the channel. It's kind of easy. You get a loud minority on Twitter that sometimes makes you second guess yourself. I like to think the majority of my community is made up of nice people who just want to play some Magic and donate to him. And that's why we're here, right? To donate to me. And Tolarian, of course Tolarian has to jump in because for the likes, for that 46 likes, he's got to jump in. My first drama video will be about the 2 of you are the same guy, and it's all a secret scam to something. So Tolarian is again asserting that he's never made a drama video. He's never probably talked about the Holocaust in a very provocative way. He's never probably talked about Unsleeved Media, or left a comment saying that please don't attack Unsleeved Media because of this video I just posted telling you to attack Unsleeved Media. But you know, that's Tolarian, good guy. Wedge, Seth, Mr. Orange, all the same person. So here you have this kind of deflection technique where everything is a joke. And this technique only works on like young kids. Making something that's serious into a joke and saying something that's not true, saying that you've never made a drama video before, right? This will be your first one, is not a good tactic, because a lot of Wedge supporters, and I have talked to them, they don't understand basic logic. They are very swayed by emotions, which makes sense. And I'll show you a Wedge supporter at the end. Also, to those who spend their time attacking members of this community, that Wedge is part of, this community that plays at Walmart and buys all their cards from Walmart and who attacks local game stores, this community, hey, we're not going anywhere. Deal with it. Well, I'm not going anywhere either, Wedge. Every time I make a video about you, I get stronger. Every time you reply back to me, I get stronger. My Twitter grows. Like, don't you understand you cannot win this type of battle? It is kind of guerrilla warfare, right? If you don't respond to me, I get to say whatever I want. If you do respond to me, well, you're just responding and giving me evidence to use against you later, because your responses are totally out there. Like, they don't even make any sense. Like, the Wedge logic is very... It's a cautionary tale of someone who has never worked a real job. Wedge has been on record many times saying that he has IBS, back pain, mental health issues, dietary issues.
My thanks to you.
How would somebody know? So, okay. If he's never worked a 9-to-5 job, which I'm going to assume he's never worked one, and he's very pampered, and this community that supports him and supports him and supports him. People in this community, they work a 9-to-5 job, and they donate $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 to him. You would be absolutely, I don't want to use the term that Wedge uses, so I'll stop myself, right? Because I'm a little classy. I'm kidding. You would be a blanking blank if you made, let's say, $40,000, $35,000, the median income. So that's not just a random number. That's what the average American family makes. And you donate your hard-earned money to this guy. Way to go. Way to go. Anyway, bye guys.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
There have been a lot of significant changes over at MTG Lion's channel, but there's a dark undercurrent to it all that nobody's talking about. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and welcome to my video on the changes over at MTG Lion's channel and his shift into being a drama-based channel. Now, for those of you who aren't 100% on what's going on, MTG Lion used to be a very MTG Finance focused channel. And then he lost his passion for that and was looking at getting out of YouTube altogether. Now his passion has been rekindled and he has settled himself firmly into the MTG drama sphere by his own admission. That is where he wishes to live. Now, I have been called all kinds of things lately for my opinions on all these different things from different sides. So, I've brought in a neutral third party to talk about this subject. So, please welcome to my show for the first time, Hearthstone, who is going to educate you. You're going to have a good time with him, and you're definitely not going to play the intro that you brought, because that's ridiculous. He's just going to tell you about the drama, and that's going to be the end of it. Hello, I am Hearthstone, and I am pleased to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to get to talk to you about the news in a very level-headed manner with no kind of real drama or playing it up.
What is he doing?
Is he gone? Yeah. All right. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Killer Perpstar, and this is Perp Alert. And let's get right into the news. Play my intro. Holy shit, you guys, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. MTG Lion has lost his goddamn mind. The Manosaurs, Wedge at the Manosaurs. MTG Lion is obsessed with him. He released a video today. Now, a lot of what I'm going to talk about comes from a lot of different sources. Can't state it as fact, but you know the news. You know what it is. So let's talk about it. What's the deal? Why is Lion crazy? Why did he leave finance? He got all the money he wanted. Now he wants something else. He wants love. See that? You weren't expecting that. But not the love of the viewership, the love of one man. The love he will never get. See, a lot of people don't know this, but it has been reported to me that there was a significant love relationship going on between Wedge and Lion. And Lion now being spurned. Wedge, for those of you who don't know, is now full-on married. Like, he met a woman, and within a month, he was married. Just casting poor Lion aside. Once he had his first little sip of vagina, he realized that he wasn't interested in Tony's Twinkie anymore. And that's where things got ugly. See, because Tony just kept reaching out to him, and Wedge he just wasn't having any of it, you know, with his back surgery and his new lady. He's like, I moved on. Like, I don't even know you. I forgot you, Jenny, from the block, and I'm now over here with my new lady. Now, you may think to yourself, wait a minute, isn't MTG Lion married? Come on. Listen to his videos. Every time when the video starts, he goes, hey guys.
Hey guys.
He doesn't care about women. And if you don't believe me, I have an eyewitness interview here just to help you out with that. Hi, my name is Some Skank, and I'm one of them ladies that MTG Lion tried to foist on you guys when he didn't want to do his channel no more. And I can tell you right now, he never tried to fuck me. He definitely don't like no ladies. I don't even think he has a penis. Holy shit, that's crazy. Can you believe it? That's 100% believable eyewitness testimony. Now, what she wasn't able to figure out, and what we were able to uncover on, is that Lion is super mega homo for Wedge. Like, crazy levels. My correspondents tell me that he is queer as a $3 bill and so in love with Wedge that when you watch his videos and he shows you all the different animals that he has, like, here's Norman, my dog, and everything like that. The truth is, all those animals, they're all named Wedge. Like, legit, every animal he names, he names it Wedge. And so he's just full of an apartment full of wedges. And he only eats food in wedge form. Like, he only eats potato and lemon wedges. That's it. Legit. That's his life right now, okay? Now, I know I've heard like the dark web kind of like the really deep level shit, and it's kind of scary, guys. We're gonna move into that one too because this is darker. But I honestly believe that we're looking at the lover's scorned tip, and that's why he's obsessed with him there. But we'll move into the far more darker theory that's out there right now, okay? Because here's the thing, you gotta understand, Lion's got 30,000 subscribers, and he likes doing the drama because he's getting more subscribers, right? He likes that subscriber count climbing. Now, there are different ways to get your subscriber count to jump, but he's come up with a really nefarious plan, and you have to look at the big picture, and to look at the big picture, you have to step back, because when you step back, you see the size of the men involved, and you say to yourself, why does that matter? Wedge is a big dude, right? Wedge is a big fucking guy. Tony's a small dude. And you gotta understand that right now, at this exact fucking moment, Lion's making his play, man. He's making his fucking play, okay? Because Tony, nope, getting the names confused. Let me use Lion. I'm getting it all messed up. Lion's getting ready to take Wedge, and I don't mean sexually, like he wanted to. I mean, like, become him. If you don't understand what I mean, you ever see that, like, Star Wars movie where fucking Buddy's about to freeze and he cuts open that, like, bantha or whatever the hell creature he's riding and he climbs inside it to stay warm?
Like a meteor or something.
Lion is going to climb inside of Wedge and take over his body. He basically plans to become Wedge. He's small enough to get inside him and operate him from the inside, essentially. And he's figured it out. So that's his plan. And the time is now, right? Because Wedge just had that back surgery, right? So he's had spinal surgery. So that's the insertion point. If Lion tried this before, people would see the scars on the back and be like, what's going on? And if he waits until later on, then it's not gonna, like, Lion wanted to be inside of Wedge one way, and now it's one way or another, if you get what I'm saying. Like, if he can't get in one hole, he's gonna get in another. So basically, Lion is trying to gain Wedge's subscriber base by becoming Wedge. Like, it's like that bug in Men in Black. that got inside of Vincent D'Onofrio and give me more sugar butter. All right, so that's been the goddamn news. That's how the news goes today. Everything in this video is 100% accurate. That's how we roll here at Herb Drama Alert, whatever this channel is named. It's effective, or whatever my channel's named. That's how I roll. So make sure to subscribe for more drama, more truthisms, more of the 100% full truth about sex, lies, and consumption.
Together, we will eat this rabbit.
Together we are the sixth color of magic.
What?
You're supposed to say, together we are the sixth color of magic.
Oh. Together, we're the sixth color of magic.
Hey guys, let's talk about a interesting topic. On Reddit, there was a post by Saffron Olive, who is one of the most famous e-celebrities in Magic. And his post was of a game store and a flag. So he doesn't go to the game store. He has no interaction with the game store. He just found it somewhere and took a screenshot like any good Magic citizen would. And then it got to the top of Reddit. Well, recently that store has lost its WPN. Now, of course, this has made Jeremy very angry because he is also banned for life, and now the store is banned. So why is it banned? It is banned for a simple reason. Not because they treated its customers poorly, not because it was doing a poor job, or selling promos on eBay, opening boxes too early. It was banned for a flag. And I would argue it's not actually the flag, but the person reporting on the flag, which is a very, very famous Magic e-celebrity. Had it been someone else, probably not as critical and not as soon. The banning, I don't believe, would have happened unless, it hit Reddit, the top of Reddit, very fast due to it being posted by Saffron. If it was posted by someone else, maybe it doesn't go that fast, or maybe it's not going to draw that much attention. Attention is drawn, store has to be punished. Punishment is... There's no middle ground, there's no conversation, and that's the crazy part to me, is when they banned MTG headquarters, they didn't really have a conversation with him. When they banned this guy,
he needs the blizzard.
The family,
Right?
I was watching a video of his, he's not racist, I think he mentioned that his child is biracial, which would not... that would make no sense if he was part of a white supremacist group or something like that, right? That makes no sense, right? So, essentially, Saffron is pushing stuff, and as he always does, but he affected someone's life. He affected a whole bunch of people's lives by shutting down, or at least the WPN side. And we'll talk about what WPN means. It means if you can hold pre-releases, can you do PPTQs? Do you get the promos that some people put on eBay? The fate of Nexus, right? My store is a comic book store, and the store I went to for many years is a comic book store, and they're doing fine. They don't do any Magic. They don't carry singles. They just don't do Magic. Well, part of that was due to the distributor. In other news, Wizard of the Coast is getting rid of a whole department that does the direct shipment from Wizard of the Coast of booster packs or pre-release kits to stores. Now these stores will be at the mercy of distributors who always favor people who buy more. So way to look out for local business, right? So Wizard of the Coast has made some critically bad decisions recently, and I think one of them is they listen to their e-celebrities too much.
You're right, dude.
If their e-celebrity complains about this, I would go as far as to say if Tolarian in private and public did not make that video and did not go against MTG headquarters, I don't think that Jeremy would be banned for life. I think maybe he gets a 2-year ban like Travis does at most. But because of that video, there's no looking back. There's no going back. Even if they wanted to,
of course you would get like a
reinstall
fucking
MTG
activator
headquarters, they
for this,
can't.
right? Like,
When the dude with more
Yeah, right.
subscribers than you is talking about the whole Holocaust, right?
what are the odds?
What? How can Tolarian has more subscribers than the main Magic the Gathering channel, and he's comparing Jeremy's actions, at least tangentially, to one of the worst, if not the worst, thing that happened in history. So it's a little extreme. So there's no going back. Jeremy, I think he has to understand he will be banned for life, and part of that, I think, is due to who wants him banned, which is Tolarian. It's one of those things when you make a video and it spews hate, and then in the comment section, but don't hate this guy, guys. Treat him fair. Well, you just made a video telling people to hate the dude. You know, like, what are you talking about, right? It would be like me making a video about a competitor saying, I hate this competitor and they cheat all the people. They don't log into Google Analytics in 8 months, and all this bad stuff they did actually do. But then in the comment section, oh, please don't give them a bad review. Here's a link. Here's a link to their Google business page. Like, it's super obvious, right? So what is Saffron doing? Could very well be immature kids being stupid, but still not a great look for a friendly local game store that Saffron has never gone to. I would argue that Saffron doesn't go to local game stores. He just plays online. So, what? And the problem here is anyone can take a screenshot of anything and put it out of context. Was this a joke by a customer? Was this a joke by the store owner? Is the store owner like? It would be very easy to investigate these things, right? Like, oh, let's go on their Facebook reviews and see if anyone mentioned that they're being discriminated based on race. Oh, it looks like a bunch of people have said that. Then you might have a good argument. Here is the flag in question. I think there is a geisha underneath it. Never mind. Probably not just immature kids being stupid. Store Fire and Dice. K-E-K. I don't know what this means. Like, I'm sure people in the comment section will let me know what it means. But my understanding after watching some of Jeremy's videos is this is just some type of meme. It's like a Pepe Frog type of meme. Look, I'm not a white male. Okay, I'm an Asian male. And I have experienced discrimination. When I grew up in elementary and preschool and middle school and high school, I grew up in a mostly white school. My high school was 550 people. There were maybe 3 Asian people, maybe 4, like if you count like the one international student who really didn't like being there, right? But we were discriminated against. I will point blank tell you this. And I'm not going to go into too many details and too many stories, but my high school I went to was very adamant about sports. Now, none of these people made it to the professionals. None of these people even made it to the NCAA because they're not good. But it was very sport driven. And if you didn't play sports, if you played sports, you got to pick on the kids who didn't play sports. And that's just what it was. And yeah, I mean, imagine like an Asian kid playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah, of course he's going to be bullied in high school. It's just human. This was in, what was it, 2000s, early 2000s. I graduated in 2005 from high school. Yeah, from 2000. So 2001 to 2005. I know what discrimination feels like. I know what it looks like.
We just
And
flooded the
often
board. Why already fucking flood the board so we could
it's
draw
not what it's not a meme. It's not a Pepe Frog. It's something where
Wow.
people actually
So he
feel
floods
that
the
way.
board
And it's not.
so that he can fucking draw. That was a fucking mistake. Why would you do it?
A lot of times, it's actually the tone. It's not what has actually. It's not the meme or the phrase that's used. It's the tone. It's either very aggressive. It's very demeaning. It's very humiliating. Someone can say something nice in a very nasty tone, and that can, in my opinion, can be racist. And then some people can say something that they just don't know better.
Just so that he could
When I
draw
moved to
the
Texas,
It seems like a
people
waste.
say some crazy stuff all the time, but if you needed help, at least in Houston where I live in one of the poorest places in America, people help you. Like, I don't have any problem helping, and maybe they say some bad things to me, but I know that it's because they don't have the education or they don't have the experience with me. I'm probably, I had to look at the data, but I would assume it's less than 1% Asian people in the city Humboldt